al-Shabaab remains a menace to Somalia despite having lost control of most of their territories to African Union troops in recent years. Now, al-Shabaab has lately stepped up attacks mostly against soft targets both in Somalia and neighboring Kenya. In his effort to stem the terror menace, Somalia's President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud earlier this year renewed an offer of amnesty to members of al-Shabaab willing to down their weapons and join the peace and reconciliation building process. Well, in part two of my interview with Somalia's Foreign Affairs Minister Abdul Salim Adli Omar, I asked about his country's relationship with Kenya and how successful the amnesty program has been so far.
It is very successful. The amnesty program that has been on and off is a very successful program. Most of the soldiers, foot soldiers, always come back and return. And anybody who denounces violence is welcome back.
Recently, the government expressed kind of views that Kenya should withdraw its forces from Somalia. Why would that be the desire of the Somali government?
What's important here is for all of us to come together and support building Somali National Army. And that's what has started in Juba, and that's the main focus of the Somali government and our partners to come up a way of, after the collapse of the Somali government, rebuilding, restructuring, reuniting the Somali National Army. And I hope they will live one day when we are ready to assume those responsibilities.
But is there a risk that actually Parliament could vote to ask KDF to leave Somalia?
A decision of the Parliament without the signature of the President is binding or not, need to be discussed, but the decision of the Parliament is not something small. And if they can convince people that the withdrawal of KDF will keep al-Shabaab out, then they have a job to do.
The cooperation with securing the border, the common border there, how challenging has that been, given that at some point Kenya was saying they want to build a wall?
A wall doesn't make sense. I think what we need to have is a managed trade and managed movement of people back and forth. Sugar is coming in from the border, and that impacting the sugar industry of Kenya.
Talk a little bit about the Somali-U.S. relationship. I mean, it's come a long way. 20 years ago, I think embassies were closed on both sides, but now both countries have opened embassies in each other's capital. How is the relationship now?
We are looking forward to a robust relationship with the United States, and the United States needs the long coast of Somalia for strategic purposes. It's available to them. They are helping us rebuild our national army. They have supported us in many different ways, and they are involved in rebuilding the financial parts for the country. We also will request that impress them with the importance of remittance, that the Somali remittances dwarfs the aid that comes from all over the world.